Hello everybody. How you doing? Tonight I hope that answer is fulfilled. Sounds wonderful. So, welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video, may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So I'll just get this ready so I can see who comes in to the chat to say hello and if there are any questions. So that's all ready. So as you can see here, I'll just get my gloves on so I can get the resin going. I've got 2 Australian shapes from the clear Perspex and a whole bunch of greens and blues. So that will be in the ballpark of the colours we'll be using tonight. So I'm not going to need a lot of resin for these, so I think I might do 120 mils in total, just so that I'm certain I have enough, because I'm going to be mixing multiple colours. So I'll do a little bit extra just to be sure. So I'm going to start with part B, and this is just resin, art resin. It's the LV, and so we'll start with part B because it's more fluid than part A. Good evening, Anne. How you going? Hello from Perth, VNJ. How was your day? So we'll just start with 40 mils. Because part A is a lot thicker. So by starting with the more fluid part B, it's easier to scrape off the side walls when you're trying to combine the two. So this is part A now. Oh, that's a tough lid, that one. So do this one up to 120. So this will be adding 80 mils. Okay, that's done, so I'll get mixing to that as quickly as I can. Just getting this lid back on. There we go. Off to the side I have my spritzer bottle of isopropyl alcohol so that I can spritz my hands and wipe them at any time throughout. And let's see. Hi Mandy, how you going? Christine is here from Miami. Hello. And good, thanks Tracy. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you, Anne. I have. It's been very busy. And sometimes when you get to the end of a day that's just been, chopping from this to that, you just sit back and can go, wow, what a day. I got so much done. So, have you used the diamond coat? VNJ, absolutely I have. I've used. I do love it. I love the fact that when you're doing a flood coat, so a completely clear coat, no pigments, that the air release properties in it are outstanding. So, and you can actually just sit there and look at the surface and watch them come up and pop. It's so cool. Good, thanks. Awesome, Mandy. I'm well, thank you. And you're doing good. Awesome, Christine. This is great stuff. All right. So Just mixing this, and I should have looked at the time. I forgot. And okay, well, I'm certain I've been going for at least 1 minute, so I want to stir it for about 3 minutes, making sure that you're scraping the sides of the cup, the bottom of the cup, and the stick as well, to make sure that there isn't any stuck to the stick that's not actually blending in. And when you're doing resin or anything really, please follow whatever safety precautions you need to for yourself. You check the material safety data sheet, websites that carry chemical type of goods, products, should have you should be able to look that up on their websites and all that. So thanks for that information. I was just looking at buying that today. Awesome. Definitely give it a try. Yeah, I've got some. I really like to use it for sports. So I've kind of gone back to using the LV for all my pigments and everything. But you can also use the diamond coat with pigments. It just means that the chemicals have changed and the air release properties will be a little bit hindered due to the pigments. So when you do add pigments, just, torch it like you would any other resin to clear away the bubbles. I use diamond coat for top coats and coasters. No problems with coffee on them. And I've found that too. I've used it for coasters and everything, and I have not had a problem. I have not had rings left behind. I have not had anybody come back to me that's purchased any coasters or anything with any complaints as well. So, all right, I think we're at our 3 minutes. Let's just double check and make sure. You can see lots of bubbles in there, so it looks a bit whitish. But from what I can tell, I can't see any soapy stringy bits, pearly stringy bits. So to me, I feel like that's combined and ready to use. Yeah. Great to know that I use art resin, but too expensive. Yeah. Well, I fully support giving the diamond coat a go, BNJ, and I'd love to hear how you go with it after you've had that chance. So, one of our Australias is going to be greens and blues. I've pulled out whatever I could find because I haven't fully decided. I think we should definitely have a couple of tints in there. I mean, yeah, tints of blue and green, because it's nice. They're transparent. So just loosening those up. So then we have in the green category, that's more a blue, I'd say. That's powder blue. Candy blue, powder blue for the light version, Bermuda Bay, I'll go with the greens, turquoise luster. This is one of the almost very original pigments that I got, steel blue, and this is a phthalo blue. And I thought the greens also have a turquoise. Those blues are, yeah, I know. Absolutely. And I'm nuts for green too. So this is just peachy for me. And this one here is emerald green. So just trying to get different shades of the one colour. So it's got the blue, green. So one of them is going to want blues and greens. The other would like muted. What's the work time? For diamond coat. I know that I get around an hour for me here. So VNJ, if I haven't mentioned it already, I'm in Southeast Queensland, and I get around an hour with the diamond coat. It does depend on where you are and the weather, humidity. You know, if you've got central heating and can have a controlled temperature environment where you do your pouring. Okay, so just pulling off one side of the coasters. Well, not the coasters, but Australia. I just have to make sure that the Tasmania section comes off as well. Like, don't forget, because it is, to be able to keep Tasmania on there, it is quite a little join, a little connection. But I was really excited that he was able to keep Tasmania there. And I'm going to remove this one now before I get too sticky or anything. Try and use this. Yep. There we go. I think it said 75 minutes. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's, you know, between mixing and an hour. Yep, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that for me in this area. So, yes, love all ocean colours. Yeah, I do have white here, but I don't, I won't be using it as waves tonight. Although I do want to do an ocean, because I have an idea. So, sometime soon will be coming up. There's so much going on. So, I love green but can't get emerald at present. Oh, really? Okay. And 45 minutes for you. And yeah, see, that's how it varies. So, yes, it's cold here now. Go Tassie. Yeah. Just making sure I get that off. I think next time I should start with Tasmania. And go upwards. There we go. And then when I get some gloves that fit me better, when they're available. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So in my tub of goodies for propping things up, this is a sauce lid, you know, from like these types of bottles, but with a bigger lid. I think that was actually maple syrup. from my auntie. So that's one there. That'll be one there. Awesome. So yes, I am going to leave the back on. So the paper, the protective paper for the Perspex is going to remain on the back side, so that when it's all cured and any come over, when you remove the paper, the drips will come off with it. So I have shown that in the previous video. So now it's just to clear away some of those bubbles that have settled. Very nice. So one was muted greens, I believe. So Tassie being stubborn. Oh my gosh, yes. You nailed it. All right, so from playing previously with colours, what I did discover was I'm going to use at least 2 tints. So I want a small amount for each colour tint. When I use, like, I've used, I think it was actually the emerald green, and then I add white to it. It makes it really, it does bring it down and make it more like a muted colour. So that's the kind of thing I'm going for. But to start with, we will do the blue and the green. So this is the emerald green. Get some on a stick. Let's give it a little bit of a stir. That one's a bit stiff. It has thickened up a little bit, which they can do. These Just Resin pigments are so highly pigmented that in some weather or transportation scenarios, it can thicken up. You just need to hit it with a little bit of heat or a warm water bath, which is also something you can do for your resin. So just a little bit on the end of the stick there. Can you see how little it actually is? Because I'm not using a lot of just one colour. These are, you know, not big. So, oops. Now I have, okay, that's the green. I think we'll go with the candy blue. That's stunning. Bye, Anne. Thanks for stopping in. Christine. Oh, there's Christine too. Bye, Christine. Thank you so much. Did I get that right? Sorry, Anne. Okay, so the candy blue. Give it a... Leave a little bit on the stick. Oh no, that was you saying bye. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, Anne. I just looked up and panicked, going, oh no, somebody's leaving. I have to say bye. So then the tints. Okay. So add in a little bit of pigment for that one. A little bit of pigment for that one. Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that. blend that in. So I'll start getting it blended and then move on to the next and start that initial blending. They're such pretty colours. I used to use my push in the side of the cup against my stick to scrape off the build-up of pigment on the stick, and then scrape the sides off to blend in that extra pigment. And there. Okay, so the blue won't need, oh! The whole thing come off. Okay, let me just screw that on. I'm so glad I only put small amounts in there because that is too much paste tint now. Okay, so I just drained that off. So there is still some residue left behind. So now I'll add some fresh resin to that and use that. So I'm just going to tilt my cup deliberately to get some fresh resin to scrape down those sides. There we go. You can see that this one is very transparent. If I push that up the side, you can see so we have a more solid blue, transparent blue, more solid green, transparent green. That blue is stunning. Love the blue and green. Awesome. Now this time I just did it again. I'm just wondering if I'm putting my lids on too tightly when I close the bottles. Because they have, see the little dropper on that one? This section is sticking into the lids, which is why I ended up doing that with the blue, because I didn't think to check. Now the green has done it as well. Oh, there it is. It's back. Oh dear. Okay. Not going to use a lot. That's 4 drops. 4 drops only. Blue and a stick. Okay. Oh my gosh, stunning. Push it up the side so you can see there. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. So let's get started with this one. Okay. I'll just use the stick. Because if I pour it out of the cup, I'm more concerned that I will just pour out too much in one hit. those screw type lids do that often, do they? I've never had that happen before. So I will definitely be keeping an eye on that now. Although the new tints that I got, they have more of a flip, pop the lid open on a hinge type dripper, not actual screw. Okay. This is the tint blue. And the tint green. Go in between here as well as down here. A bit up there. Just so that the top end has a combination. I think a line of emerald in there. Don't forget Tasmania. And also the blue. Some through the top. I think that looks really pretty. So this is requested, so I do hope that they like it as well. Let's see. All right, so now I'm just going to give it a little bit of heat so I can give it a little bit of movement together. So I'll start with the torch and clear away those bubbles. Oh, that looked amazing. I love watching the bubbles pop as you go along. You can see them. So just for a little bit of air, I'm going to use my heat gun, but I'm just going to do it on a low heat and low air, just for a little bit of movement. Although, looking at it now, I don't think I need it. What do you guys think? I think just with the heat, and it's not level, which is an issue. It's already caused a little bit of its own movement. And oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. So try and get that in. I think I'm just going to bring some of the transparent back through the center. Because as it lands and falls, it will push the other resin out of the way. There's always feel that little bit of extra nervousness when it's like a commission piece. So and I think potentially we should put a little bit of extra through here. and then just see how it goes from there. So the thing is, you have to look past the fact that it's got this beige background as well. So Creations by Baby Doll. Good morning, Brenda. How you going? You think it's fine? Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, cool. Acrylic. Yes. Turn it around so that it runs in. Set it like that for a moment. I'll just move it back while we do the second one. Oh, having a little minor disagreement with it there. Okay. Beautiful. Liking it very much. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Brenda. Okay, so this one is the muted colours. And because I'm entirely covered in resin right now, I can't go back and check. But I think it was muted greens. So I just had to change out my gloves. There was no way I could work with much with my hands covered like they were. So Northern Territory needs a bit more. Okay. Well, there's a lot of colour on there right now. It looks like the cape is pulling away from the cape. Just leave you there for a moment while... Now it looks like it's leaning downward. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking I need to completely change my tables around. And I have faith that my other table is a lot more level. So let's get some greens out. If I've got it wrong, that's okay. I have another Australia to do. And if I do happen to get it wrong, I'll do a giveaway of this one. So let's pop the blue out of the way for the moment. So we already have a transparent green, an emerald green, and how about, I need to mix up some white because it needs to be muted. So this is titanium white. Give it a stir. Some on the end of the stick. Not a lot. Pop that in there. And add some clear. Oh, it's fine now. Okay, sure. I appreciate the effort in letting me know though. Okay, I just need a little bit more. Because I'll be putting a bit of white into every colour. So I think for this one that we go for Bermuda Bay. Because we have the emerald, the transparent, and this is already a little bit softer, turquoisey. Oh, beautiful. So that one, the Bermuda Bay, I'm going to put straight into this one, which was the original clear cup that I mixed into. So I'll just grab a narrow stick for that. Give it a stir. It's beautiful. Scrape it off. Scoop up just a little bit. Okay. And pop it into this cup. All right. Take that out. Stir that in. All right. So, as I mentioned before, to make them more muted, all I'm going to do is add some white. A bit of white in that one. Bit of white in that one. I don't want to add any into the transparent because I want it to remain that way. It'll be because it'll be transparent, it will be somewhat not bold. It'll be muted. Okay, let's get into that. Might need to add some more white to that one. You can see the colour there, so you got emerald and the white. And then it softens it down. I think actually I will just spread the white between these two cups. And now this one. There is a very small amount of white left in that cup, so if needed along the way, we have that. Nice. So you've still got the varying shades, and this time I'm not concerned about if I use up too much resin on this one because this is the last one. Just know that the resin will not break this edge. This is a very right angle edge, so it's a sharp edge, and the resin will stay on there. If there's less than 1/8 of an inch, so that's about 3 millimeters of resin before it will breach the sides. The top end. It's kind of adding the colours. This one we might blow around a little bit with the heat gun, just to see if we can get some reactions, because it does have that titanium white in there. And that transparent. Oops. That looks cool, I think. So let's get to it. Bermuda Bay looks awesome. Yeah, thanks. Love that one. I didn't know that. Very cool, Anne. I'm so glad that you now know that. So because this is a small piece, I am going to stick to, with my heat gun, the low heat and low air. Ooh. Now, I didn't quite feel like we were getting all the way up to that top end. Doesn't look like we are. But I did think that while I do have a little bit of this white left over, I'll create some lines with it. Just coming down. Sorry, just going all over the place. There we go. I think that's really pretty. See about... I'm happy to let this one move. Add in some more colours. Yep. All right. That's not very focused for you, is it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now the next thing will be to get that also level. Let's just come and have a look. So hard, those horrible reflection. Let's see. A very subtle, what I consider to be muted greens. With that bit of white, you can tell it's all running to Tasmania. You can see the lines. So, let's see about making it that way. A bit of a tilt. It's not exactly the right way up right now. But there we go. So I'm going to have to move pretty quickly. I'm going to turn this one around as well. to get these back into a space where they can dry flat. There we go. That is gorgeous. I love it. Here's the blue and green. Very hard to see right now. I will tip it up just a little bit and see if it'll still move. It does still move. So we've got some gaps up in the top end and in the cape, which I just feel like if I scooped some up and put it in there, go for some greens with it. There we go. So very nicely blended with the green and the blue and the muted greens. I think that's gorgeous. I love how that's turned out. Okay. Oops. Just took my glove off. Okay, so we're going to torch it just lightly. This one, there's a couple of bubbles where I just added some. And then we'll have a close-up if we can. It's very hard to do that with resin. Wow, looks lovely. Like this one. Thank you guys, that's pretty. Loving the colours. Thank you, thank you. Well, second one is definitely the favourite for me. Me too, Mandy, because it's all about the greens. I love blue, but I love greens more. I just hope that they are spot on or perfect for the person who's going to receive it. The first one is your favorite. Awesome. You can't decide, VN. I'll just change it to VN instead of VNJ. Both are heart eyes. Beautiful. Okay. Now, after we go, because I don't have time, I don't have enough organised right this second, but so I will scoop up some of this resin and put it into some moulds. But yeah, so let's have, see, and I still have, my resin is still very workable here. This is 48 minutes, probably minus 3 minutes of intro. There's still resin there. All of my colours except white are still going strong, and what's on the table. So what brand heat gun is it? This is a very old heat gun that I borrowed from the garage, and it hasn't returned to the garage. There's actually no brand on it. It just says on the side, I need a heat gun. So it has the high heat, high air, or the low heat, low air. That's all that there is to it. Yes, you choose the first one as well. Serene, hi. That looks beautiful. Thank you very much. We're about to have a close-up, so I love the colours. All my favourites. Awesome. You just answered my question before I asked it. Molds, yeah. Yeah. I am Vanaya. Is that? it might be. Looks lovely, even just in the word. Okay, so I need to move Australia again because it's all pushing up to the top end. So quickly, so I can get these moved. Let's have a look. If you look really closely, you can see transparent areas. You can see, oh, I see a bubble in there. Blues, greens, all the way down to Tasmania. And over here, the more muted, softer tones of an upside down Australia borrowed. There we go. So that's about it. Poor old forgotten Tassie. Tassie's there. They'll be great. They'll be great. See how that's just that the lines all lead to Tassie. And even on this one, if you can see, they will come down here and into Tassie. You like the first one more, although the second one is good too. Awesome. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Am I getting that right if I say Vinaya? Loved the session. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys have been terrific. So it's been lovely to see you here. So please, for all watching, please subscribe, like, comment and share. It really does help and is very much appreciated. So here we go. Oh, it's moving fast now. There we go. Oh yeah, just misses where I live. Oh really? That's cool. And if you didn't catch it before, if these muted colours, if I got those incorrect, this one will be a giveaway. So there we go. So happy I caught you live this morning. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Brenda. And you got my love too, so because I appreciate you. Maxwell Entertainment. Oh, just waking up. No, yes, we're just signing off. I'm liking and sharing right now. Thank you, Trey. I really appreciate that. So, night, Mandy. Thank you, everybody. So, here they are. I'll let you know on this one. So, we'll see how that goes. All right. Take care. If you have to go anywhere, please be safe. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Everyone's, yep, awesome. Yes, please be safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Take care of yourselves. And from myself, always be kind. Thank you, Trey. The J is a J. Okay, awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.